Hello and welcome. In today's video, I am going to be uncovering and unpacking my theories for Stranger Things Season 5, Episode 2, which is titled The Vanishing of Wheeler. And in today's video, I'm actually going to be uncovering and unpacking leaked set images from behind the scenes. So if you do not want any Season 5 spoilers, I heavily recommend that you do click off this video now. But if you are okay with seeing leaks and spoilers, I heavily recommend you watch this video. And if you do enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave any comments or theories you might have in the comments. So let's go straight into it. So from this Season 5 poster, it does actually give away something quite interesting that most people might not have actually noticed. So as we can see right above Vecna's right eye, we can actually see lightning, and from this lightning, we can actually see the formation of what appears to be a human body. We can see what appears to be the hair and the head on the top. We can also see what appears to be the torso and body, and we do also see what appears to be legs at the bottom. And the Duffer brothers, Netflix, and Stranger Things, I do not believe would have unintentionally and accidentally done this. I do believe this would have been purposeful and a quite possible hint as to what is upcoming within Season 5. So we can see that this does appear to be a human. I do quite strongly believe that this is teasing Episode 2, which is the vanishing of something Wheeler. I do believe that this lightning formation will be the character that does actually go vanishing, and the fact that it is right above Vecna quite possibly could mean that Vecna is the one who does make this character go missing. So, as we can see here, we do actually have the title of the episode, which was The Vanishing of, and then it is blurred out and blanked, so we did not know who it was. But according to leaks, we do actually have the title for the episode, and here it is. The Vanishing of Wheeler. So as we can see, the name of the Wheeler is 5 letters long, and we do actually have all the members of the Wheeler family whose names are Ted Wheeler, Mike Wheeler, Karen Wheeler, Holly Wheeler, and Nancy Wheeler. So from those family members listed, only 3 of them actually have 5 letters in their name. So we have Nancy, which is Nancy. We have Karen, which is Karen, and we have Holly, who is Holly. So it could definitely be Holly, Nancy, or Karen that actually does go vanishing and missing. But I do not believe that will be Nancy who goes missing. I very strongly believe that it will be Holly who goes missing. Or it could be Karen Wheeler who goes missing, but I do believe that it is very likely to not be Karen and very likely to be Holly Wheeler, and I will discuss my reasons why following this. So as we can see from a leaked image here from behind the scenes in the set, we do actually have Mike on the top left, we have Will on the right, and we have Holly Wheeler in the middle. And the 3 of them do appear to be outside a military base on their bikes. And we do actually see Holly Wheeler here, who has been recast for Season 5, as she has a much bigger part and role in Season 5. And the most important thing to take from this image is actually what Holly Wheeler is wearing. So we can see that Holly wearing a purple overalls with white circles and spots on them. So in this next image, it is a very big leak, so do click off if you do not want to see it. But if not, I'm going to go on it in 3, 2, 1, and now. So this image is a leaked photo from behind the scenes, and we can actually see Henry Creel / Vecna, followed by Holly Wheeler. So we can see Holly's overalls are purple with white spots on it, and in this image, she's wearing the exact same piece of clothing. Something else that is important to note is also Holly's top, which is a yellow, pink, and what appears to be like a greenish looking woolen sweater. As we can see, Vecna / Henry Creel, he is appearing to be wearing a retro suit. The suit looks to be brown with a red tie and a cream-colored shirt, and he is wearing a brown hat and also glasses. And he appears to be looking quite mysterious, as we see he has his hands behind his back, his posture and his neck is arched onto the floor, and from the formation of his lips, he appears to be whistling, and he could quite possibly be just humming or whistling a mysterious tune to try and actually lure Holly Wheeler to him. So, how is it exactly that Holly Wheeler has stumbled across Henry Creel? Now, we do not actually know the reason for this as of yet, but I do have my theories and ideas. So from this image here, we can see that Henry Creel is now talking to Holly Wheeler, or looking at Holly Wheeler, and Holly Wheeler does look to have a questioning look on her face. Maybe Henry Creel has asked Holly a question, and she is responding with just wondering, and she's wondering how to respond. But what I do believe is that in this order of the episode, we will have Mike, Holly, and Will actually on a bike ride, and then what I do believe will happen is that Holly will actually get possessed by Vecna. And during this possession, I do believe she will have a flashback back to the 1950s, which we do know that the Creel house is going to be in season 5, as we have seen from behind the scenes images that the Creel house will be back. And we can see that Henry Creel is wearing what appears to be retro clothing. And we do know that Stranger Things is set in the 1980s. So this suit looks to be from the 1950s. So it is very likely that Holly has been transported through this possession back to the 1950s, where she is greeted by Henry Creel, who appears to be an innocent man, and she, I believe, will approach Henry Creel as she sees him, and the two of them will have a conversation here, and Henry Creel might try to convince Holly Wheeler to do something bad, or she might get lured into the trap of Henry Creel, where he might try to kill her while in this possessive trance. As we can see here, it appears that Holly Wheeler will not die from this possession, if it is a possession from my theories, because we can actually see Holly Wheeler here, which appears to be at the Wheeler home residence, and I do believe this image is happening after she meets Henry Creel. So we see her here, she looks shocked. She has a wide mouth, she has her eyes open, her eyebrows raised. She just looks very scared and terrified. She has a shocked look on her face. So we can see that she is actually appears to be looking straight ahead of her, or up. And what I do believe she is looking at is, I believe, to be a Demogorgon or a possible Demodog, but I am leaning towards Demogorgon, and I will discuss this why following from a leaked set image. And here we do see what I believe to be will happen right after this image here of Holly looking shocked. I believe that Holly will run to Karen Wheeler, which is her mum. She will be screaming and she'll run for her mum for comfort, and her mum will hug her. I do believe that they are being attacked by a Demogorgon, and the two of them right now are looking at the Demogorgon. And out of pure fear, I reckon that Karen will be running the bath already, so she was probably ready for her bath, and she has already run the bath water. And I do believe that she will run into the bath, which is seen from this image here, as we can see the clothing of the two characters. We see Karen's baby blue and pink shirt thing, and Holly's pink, yellow, and green sweater. So this scene will very likely happen right after that. So we can see the two of them submerged in the water, which I believe they will have run into the bathtub to hide under the water from this Demogorgon attack that I believe to be happening. And you can see they both look terrified. I do believe that they will be hiding inside the bath, and the Demogorgon will be right outside of the bathtub trying to find them, but I believe that the Demogorgon will not actually be able to see or find them because they are submerged in the water. And what I believe to happen is, as we can see from this image, we have Holly Wheeler who has her hair and it looks to be very wet. It looks like she has a lot of water and moisture on her face. And we know she was just in the bathtub and she's wearing the exact same clothes. So I do believe this has happened right after the bathtub scene with Karen and Holly. What I believe to happen is that Karen Wheeler will actually get attacked by the Demogorgon. The Demogorgon could drag Karen out of the water, or Karen could try actually fighting the Demogorgon to protect Holly. And I believe that this takes Karen Wheeler out of the bathtub and into another room or setting of the Wheeler house, which is most likely to be the kitchen, as we can see here. So I believe that Karen has either been dragged to the kitchen or she has run to the kitchen and she's been attacked. And Holly, in fear, would run after her mother and find her mother with blood and injuries on the floor. And I do not believe that Karen is actually dead. I believe she's just heavily injured. And Holly Wheeler looks at Karen in complete shock and fear. So in this image here, we actually do see Nancy Wheeler and we see 11. What I believe to have happened is that either Nancy got a call from one of them and she has been asked to help fight the Demogorgon, or she was already in the house with 11 to begin with. But we can actually see that the door is open, so what I think is that they got called to help them. As we see, Nancy does have a shotgun in her hand, and 11 on the right does look shocked. Her mouth is open, her eyes are very wide, she looks shocked, she looks like she's in fear, she looks like she's worried, and Nancy is pointing the shotgun at what I do believe to be the Demogorgon who is clawing at or biting Karen Wheeler's body. And as we can see here, the characters do look very concerned, especially 11 here. I believe that this is because the Demogorgon is attacking Karen and she looks shocked. She would be scared for her life. And this image here is what I believe will be following the fight that just happened with the Demogorgon and Karen and Holly and Nancy and 11. So we can see it's the Hawkins Memorial Hospital, and this hospital is a big setting in Season 5. As we know, Max is located within the hospital, and we also will appear to be having Karen Wheeler in this hospital, as we can see from leaked photos. From this photo here, we actually see Hawkins Memorial Hospital, and we have the progress notes on, as we can see, the patient name, Karen Wheeler. We see her medical record number, and we see the progress notes of Karen Wheeler, which actually reveal the patient, a 43-year-old female, presents with discomfort in the throat, chest, abdomen, and shoulders. She reports laceration-related injuries from a Demogorgon. And please excuse my pronunciation of that word. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it. But we do know that she does get injuries related from a Demogorgon. And how the hospital knows this was a Demogorgon, I am not quite sure. But we know she has discomfort in her throat, chest, and abdomen and shoulders. So the Demogorgon could have very possibly grabbed her by the shoulder and been scratching her chest or scratching her throat and abdomen. From this image here, this does appear to be, in my theory and opinion, within the same episode and within the hospital set. So we see Nancy crying here. I do believe that she is crying within the bathroom of a hospital, and she is washing her hands. She is washing the blood off her hands while she is crying. Something very important that I noticed here is from this image where I believe Nancy is protecting Karen. As we can see from the middle of the red circle, she is wearing a pink sweater, and she's also wearing the same pink sweater within this scene where she is crying. So I believe that she is crying right after the attack while she is visiting Karen Wheeler in the hospital. She is blood all over her hands and she is crying. So what I do actually believe is that Karen would have been very injured. She would have had a lot of wounds on her body, and Nancy would have very possibly been the one to carry her to the hospital. She would have carried Karen in her arms, and Karen would have had a lot of blood, which was going on Nancy's arms and her sweater. And I believe that Nancy is crying right now because either her mum has died. This could mean Karen is dead. She could have possibly died after the Demogorgon attack and they took her to the hospital, but Karen couldn't survive. Or Karen could have hopefully survived the attack and be living right now. Or she could be in a coma, and Max could be crying for any of these reasons. If Karen is alive now, Nancy could very possibly be crying from the trauma and the stress of the event, as we know, which is followed, as we can see, that she is wearing the same sweater. So thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you very much. I hope you subscribe and like the video, and do actually comment any theories or spoilers that you might have within the comments. Thank you very much, and goodbye.